It's the WP Minute. In business news, Daniel Schutzsmith sits down with Vikas Singhal from InstaWP to talk about Automattic's latest injection of seed funding to help them further along their product for instantaneously creating WordPress sites hosted on their platform for many reasons. Check out this interview to learn what you can use InstaWP for and how Automattic will help them further their mission. If you want to support independent WordPress news like this, go to buymeacoffee.com/Matt Report for as little as $5. You can buy us a coffee to support the show or join the Link Squad membership for $79 a year. Okay, here's Daniel and Vikas.
Hey, so Vikas, welcome to the WP Minute. We have been big fans of InstaWP over the past year and seen it kind of grow. I understand you have a big announcement today, but why don't you first let folks know a little bit about what InstaWP is and how they might use it?
Hey, Daniel, thanks for having me. Yeah, and thanks for using InstaWP for your day-to-day. InstaWP is started as a WordPress kind of disposable WordPress platform, but then it slowly transformed into much bigger than that. So means we are kind of hoping for a vision of having a gateway to WordPress kind of vision, or an AWS for WordPress kind of vision, wherein you can go to InstaWP and you can test something, you can build something, you can develop on WordPress. So all these use cases can be done on Insta today is what we are aiming. And then obviously looking for feedback from folks, how people are using it, and then transforming the product according to the feedback.
I've played with it quite a bit, and I really enjoy it. I have a small little newsletter called tinypress.email, and so you and I have teamed up to show some of the plugins and things like that I feature on there with InstaWP. And it really is super fast to be able to spin up a new environment and work with it. So it's pretty wild at how easy it works and how fast it is. I've even noticed it's faster than some of my regular hosting in places that I'm not going to name, but it's really fast.
Yeah, and we are actually revamping the entire backend so that you will have even faster experience for launching and using both. And there will be some changes in the backend which will like really. But there are some instances where you wait. In some cases, like creating a site from a template kind of cases, but those will also go away, and it will be InstaWP in its glory.
You have an announcement to make, so why don't you go ahead and let us know?
Thanks for like talking to me over Twitter and then connecting with me or keeping in touch, first of all, and getting me on this podcast to announce this. We got a seed funding from one of the biggest player in WordPress ecosystem, and they are called as Automattic. You might be knowing them.
Oh.
Right. So yeah, it's kind of a dream come true.
That's awesome.
That's a lot of trust and lot of pressure at the same time. But yes, so we got a seed funding, and then hoping to accelerate whatever we are doing.
That's great. That's awesome. It's good to see them getting involved in, especially in that space and helping new ideas come to fruition. That's pretty cool. How did the deal come about?
It was kind of an interesting story, right? And I never expected this. I don't know if we have a plugin and theme shop, and we do that quite okay as a solopreneur kind of situation. But I always wanted to do big. But then I thought, this needs to be funded. This project needs to be funded by somebody, and somebody who is like trustable and somebody big in this space. And I started thinking, why not try it, right? Unless you take the step, nobody, it's not going to fall on its own. So, right. And then I wrote a couple of emails to a couple of big names out there and expecting zero response, to be honest with you. But I wrote an email to Matt, the Automattic Matt, and there was no response for at least a week. And I thought all my emails are like in the null and nobody cares about it, and I don't blame them, right? They get pitched about these products. But sure enough, I got an email from Automattic team saying that this is something you have emailed Matt about and we are interested, and so on and so forth.
Oh wow.
So we got into talking, couple of talks, lot of technical discussions, and a couple of weeks, or I think few months down, they showed their interest, I think 2 weeks ago. So at that time, it started to get more concrete, and then everything got signed, and then we got funded eventually.
That's awesome. It's one of those stories that you hear about, but you don't usually know someone who's kind of gone through that, of just kind of a cold pitch to grab the attention of someone. Is the deal all funding? Is it part resources as well?
It's all about all funding. So they kind of saying that they said, do your own thing, right? And then just keep doing it, right?
That's awesome. So are you looking for additional investments, or is it mainly that you're taking care of now, that's good enough to do in this round, basically?
In this round, we are in a good position, but if an investor comes along with more of a strategic position where they can add some value, not just with the money, but with with the situation they are in, and there has to be some kind of partnership level as well. So that is something I'm interested in. So raw money is something helps a lot, but not at this point. But if there is a strategic partner kind of investor, then I'll be more interested in that.
With all that, what new features are on the horizon for InstaWP?
Feature wise, I'm actually building the team right now.
Okay.
I found that I found the most challenging part of a founder's journey is to build a team, right? I think that's the most challenging part. And once you have the right team, they will build those things for you. But yeah, feature wise, we have a lot of things coming in, especially version control for WordPress, which I think people will really love. So you can save something you are working on and then go back to it. So easy, right? It saves in background. It doesn't really bother you, and auto save, all those things. We are coming up with easy staging. So from Insta to a production hosting provider, and then back from a hosting provider to Insta, that kind of two-way communication. And it has to be really, really quick because we want everything to be instantly served rather than waiting for something. And it's all the features and everything is revolving around the vision of WordPress has to be SaaS like. People may not like this comment, but right, but the flexibility of WordPress becomes a nightmare sometimes, and we want to be kind of put everything in a place wherein you don't have to find your keys, right? It's right there. You just connect your hosting account, you connect your Gravity Form, WP Rocket, whatever, right? Whichever vendor you like, you'll connect all those things, and then boom, you go, right? You don't need to worry about anything else. So it's kind of Wixifying or Webflowifying WordPress in a good way. Means we are still keeping all the flexibility, all the open sourceness of WordPress, but then making it much easier to use.
You have a tremendous opportunity too, because Gutenberg is still in flux. It's still being, built, and so any stability you can add to the environment, basically, for people to be able to create their sites on, I think is just going to be that more important. I actually saw there's a tweet storm this morning of someone who was upset that 6.0 messed up some of the blocks on their site. It happens, but something like this sounds like it would give some stability to that environment for folks too. So pretty cool.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Well, you heard it here first on the WP Minute. Thank you, Vic Single, for coming on and telling us more about InstaWP and the deal.
Thanks, Daniel, for having me.
Thank you, dear listener, for tuning in to your favorite 5 minutes of WordPress news every Wednesday at thewpminute.com. If you want to support independent content like this, go to buymeacoffee.com/MattReport. That's buymeacoffee.com/MattReport. For as little as $5, you can buy us a virtual coffee or join the membership in the Discord. Be part of the weekly news at buymeacoffee.com/MattReport. See you in the next episode.